same thing. Only 3 out of 30 airports profitable. Coming from farms, states can leverage aviation business. The president Tinubu has sacked the chief of defense staff, and it has caused a lot of mixed feelings, reactions from people. Okay, so they now switch to 20%. I said it's not enough. You guys, at the end of the day, makes house rents to be on high side. You now increase your own percentage. Good morning and welcome to Newspaper Review. Now the newspaper headlines. I'm starting with the Punch. The big story, cool controversy. Military tracks 45 billion naira in NDDC, and the rider says detained soldiers linked in NDDC top shots probe. Silva out of country denies links with alleged coup. And you can see the picture of the new chief of defense staff right there on the Punch. And still on the Punch, there's a story here. It says Senate screening. CDS eyes foreign partnership to crush insurgency on page 7. Tinubu revokes pardon for Sanda, 140 high-profile inmates on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Punch. So I move to the Daily Trust. Alleged coup plot. Silvers confirms raid on residents. And still on Daily Trust, the National Assembly okays Tinubu request to borrow $2.35 billion. And that's on page 2. Kano confirms 4 new variants of poliovirus on page 12. Bank credit to private sector drops by 6 trillion naira in 4 months. And there's a picture on the Daily Trust. Now you hear federal government withdraws pardon for Miriam Sanda drug dealers on page 8. And alleged Christian genocide. U.S. lawmakers relying on faulty data. This is coming from the federal government. Protests, curfew, trade Tanzania's presidential coup on page 31. Shetima to ACF. Don't allow mischiefs maker divide Nigeria on page 6. The next newspaper will be the Daily Times. The big story on the Daily Times, presidential prerogative of mercy. Tinubu bows to pressure, reduces beneficiaries from 175 to 120. And that story is on page 2. And here the writer says, order relocation of advisory committee from special duties to Ministry of Justice. EFCC hands over properties recovered from fake spiritualists to victim. And that story is on page 14. Court orders permanent forfeiture of $49 are recovered from ex-INEC rec. State creation proponents to defend a request before NAS coming from Kalu. NNPC sets to revitalize Warri Port Harcourt Kaduna refineries on page 5. Aircraft owners seek cheaper funding sources. And still on the Daily Times, oversight, JAM officials work out on reps as committee gives registrar ultimatum on page 6. And these are all the stories we have on the Daily Times. And the next story we want to take a look at is The Guardian. The big story on The Guardian, we have a federal government backtracks on pardon as Nigeria questioned due process on page 6 of The Guardian newspaper. Still on The Guardian, we have a story here that says service chiefs unveil ambitious plans at Senate confirmation on page 3. OPAC oil incentives may cost Nigeria 6 trillion naira yearly. And this story is on page 3, and it's coming from Nati SCISLAC ones. And Rep approved Tinubu's $2.34 billion loan, empower EFCC to seize assets without conviction on page 4. And there's still the pictures of the new Chief of Defense Staff. You can see there on the Guardian, and also there's a picture of Tom Polo still on the Guardian. And these are all the stories we have on the Guardian newspaper. Okay, this will be all for the newspapers, and I'll be going on a quick break. When I come back, we'll start with the newspaper analysis. Stay with us, viewers. I'll be right back after this quick break. Even though Daily Trust is only saying Abuja, not only Abuja, a lot of people are complaining. Lagos, they are suffering the same thing. Only 3 out of 30 airports profitable, coming from farms. States can leverage aviation business. The president Tinubu has sacked the chief of defense staff, and it has caused a lot of mixed feelings, reactions from people. Okay, so they now switch to 20%. I said it's not enough. You guys, at the end of the day, makes house rents to be on high side. You now increase your own percentage. Come back, viewers, from that quick break. So it's time for the newspaper review. And I have that quiz already on the studio. Let me add that quiz to the show. Good morning, sir. I don't know if you can see me.
Good morning, madam.
Yeah, good morning, Derek, please. How was the night? How is London this morning?
You see me already stressed, but I'm happy to be here.
Sorry? It's a normal thing to be stressed when you're working. It is well. Okay, so we have Asaba also. Let me add Asaba to the studio. Good morning to our beautiful ladies all the way from Asaba.
Hey, Chris, good morning.
When I see these Asaba women, I'm always scared. Only God knows what they can do.
What have you girls done to Daddy Chris that is scared of you? Tell us.
I don't know.
Daddy Chris, I don't even know what they did though. I hope you are not trying
to. Their presence
to put allegation in their head. Maybe they did not even do anything. You say they did something. Just tell us.
Okay. See Gloria here. That's to tell you.
As in Gloria, this your hair. It's not for children, no. It's like you do give away of hair for us.
Happy.
Yes,
Okay, so it's time for the newspaper review, and I'll be starting with the Punch as usual. Just that the big story on the Punch is like a repetition of what we've discussed yesterday. It's just that they are just updating us that the MD that transferred money to the ex-Bayelsa state governor. The governor is still there. The ex-governor is outside Nigeria. Heard what happened and refused to come back. But they have arrested the MD. I think that was just the only update to the story. Same story. The ex-governor's brother arrested and his driver in their custody. His home was raided here in Abuja. But maybe gradually, I don't know if he's going to stay there when you know that your brother is arrested. He might decide to come back. And for the innocent driver, is he going to leave them like that? I don't know what his decision will be, but let's see. It's still a developing story. Trust Nigeria. They keep updating us. If they get him any day, they tell us. If the driver will be released, they tell us. I want it just to keep updating viewers. And that's why I always start by reading all these stories, so that even if I don't get to touch all the headlines, at least you should you should have a way. You should be able to at least know 1 or 2 stories in all the papers here. So it is good. The Nigerian force, they are doing well. There's this saying that if Nigeria wants to get you, even if you hide under the bed, we will. So for those that are committing crimes in the country that are succeeding, I think we don't have your time yet, because in this country, we want to get you, no matter where you find yourself, we get you. And you will come out and answer us. So we are working, don't say we are not working. Our security forces, they are doing well. Not when you want to even do something against our president. The man is active. He can't keep calm. He can't allow you put your hands in his eyes. Not possible. So at the end of the day, let's see what the investigation will be all about. Let's see what
Yes.
will come out of the story. So I want to look into another important story today that is on the Punch, even though we have same stories in most of the papers. Okay, it says Tinubu revokes pardon for Sanda 140 profile inmates. Yeah, it is still here. We talked about the people that he pardoned that were in prison, drug traffickers, human traffickers, the woman that killed her husband. We're still here complaining about it, right? So I think
Yes.
sometimes we feel when we complain, these people don't listen or they don't hear. They do. Yes. A lot of reactions from people has made the president to have a change of mind. You get. Recall that he pardoned them, and they had like the final list was around 182, even though I'm seeing 175 here. It's just different sources with different information, and it has been reduced drastically. So the woman, the Miriam Sanda was supposed to be given a life imprisonment. So the president changed it to 12 years in prison, because according to the stories, if you a kind of pardon this kind of people, right? You committed murder and they pardon you. Tomorrow, what will other people do? So a lot of people will feel like, if I do this kind of thing, I'll be fresh. So why should I not keep doing it? So maybe due to advice from people, presidential advisory, people working with the president, and from we Nigerians that have always complained and condemned the act alone. There are still people that were in prison since 1995 that were pardoned. Now they will go back. The only thing is, for those that are life imprisonment, they reduce it. Some will stay like 20 years in prison, some 5 years, some 12 years, some 10 years. So, but I just want to ask Daddy Chris this question. At least you will know better as a lawyer. Daddy Chris, sorry.
Yes.
If the president pardons someone that is supposed to stay life imprisonment, and say you should stay for 12 years or stay for 10 years and be released. So if the president, because we know that he cannot be in seat for 10 years, definitely he will still drop, right? Maybe when he's 10 or complete. So if Tinubu is not there and another president comes in, can they change it? Maybe for somebody that Tinubu has already said, after 10 years you are to be free, right, to leave the prison. Can another president come and say the person will stay? Is it done that way, or because president has already stamped it that this person will be free, nothing can be done to change it? So I just want to know about it, sir.
It's a tricky one. Now, if the person has been released, you can't go back on it because you don't try a case twice. That's the law. The law does
Okay.
not give you opportunity to try a case twice. So once a judgment has been passed, it is. So when a pardon has been passed, it is irrevocable. So, and if you want to try, you have to give a new reason why you are trying the case again. That becomes another case, and sometimes the judge might even throw it away. So yes, it's difficult for you, for another president, for out of political will decide to say, oh, let's go and repunish them for the pardon they did was illegal. However, if it's a military regime, they can do and undo. So that's the difference between. And don't forget, the president have that again. A president has some power to change things. So, and that is something that can always play in the political scene. Otherwise, technically, once a person is free and the sentence is passed, that sentence must be respected.
Oh, okay. I was just feeling for them, though. I know that a murderer is always a murderer. It's not like they will change. I don't know how what they do in prison. If there is room for them to change in prison, if they try to teach them how to change or how to be positive in life. I don't know their activities, what goes on in the prison. You get, prison is not a rehab center at the end of the day. So to
Mary,
some
it
extent, like
is.
this,
It is.
this woman, that's Miriam Sanda, the one that killed her husband. That a lot of people were complaining, Nigerians shouting, the media is on fire. Why would they release her when we have a lot of people that have not done up to what she did? So it just made me understand that most times when we complain, these people, they know, they listen, they have ears. So it's not as if they don't get to know what we say. So I think it's still good we keep complaining, because there's this saying that we always complain about Nigerian problem, no change has been made, we should stop talking. No, this one has made us understand that we don't need to stop talking, we need to keep talking. You get? We need to keep
In fact,
talking because it makes a lot of change.
Mary, not talking is a crime. Not, you see, in the UK, the prime minister have the opposition steady, not even one time. He comes to address the parliament, and the parliament is made up of a full opposition, opposite them, attacking every little thing they do. The reason that's how you bring the best in them. You know, and that's what we'll be talking about on the State of the Nation today. When you allow things to go unquestioned, then mediocrity reigns supreme. In fact, autocracy reigns supreme. Like the kleptocracy that is reigning in our country now, we continue to reign supreme. But when we question them, they are human beings. They are one of us now. Tinubu is a human being. He's a good man. Because he's a president doesn't mean he's heartless. So when you talk and something makes sense, they do change. But I question this revoking and things like that. Tinubu couldn't change on our subsidy. He could change this one. You said Tinubu, they listen to what? Now this one I say listen.
But we complained now. We complain and something has been done. They have changed the
yeah, but at least we expected something to have been done with subsidy, and that our money should not be used for.
But you said you liked
refinery.
it. You said you liked it, that you said it's a good idea. Is that not what you said? So it's part of subsidy. Some people were not against it. That decrease. Not everyone is against it. Some people are telling you
I'm not
it's
against
best.
subsidy removal. I'm not against it, but I'm against the way the money is now being spent. I'm saying if Tinubu want to listen to us, he should use the money to set up refineries, 10, 15. If Dangote could say, look at, we are reading news this morning of, Gloria read a very beautiful news this morning of what the Dangote refinery is now doing. How they are, it's making a change in the country. You understand? Imagine if the federal government has done too, like Dangote. Where will we be now? And Gloria, now that only one refinery set up by a private man is making a change. Imagine if our money, the money, the subsidy was spent on refineries.
Yes.
There will be job, there will be life. The country will be heading in a different direction. How can you tell me he's listening? Baba not listening. He's a very stubborn man. Baba, thank you, sir.
Thank you for listening to this one, bro. Thank you for listening to this one. You know, the thing is whether or not we like it, it's difficult to have a particular government that will not have fault, that will not be faulty. Because then that decrease, some things that you see to be right, like you feel like he's doing the right thing in the country, is good. For the gullible Nigerians, you get, he's doing the worst, he's killing the country. Just like when they reduce the price of rice, look at how we are rejoicing. But it has not ended poverty. You get, we are rejoicing without knowing our fate.
But you are among those rejoicing, baby. Yeah. You are among those rejoicing until I came on the attack.
People rejoice now that decrease. People see rice shop. We know the see rice shop, so that makes us be happy.
I can understand, Gloria. You understand? I understand you, my daughter. Yeah. Well, it's toffee ideology, like I always say. But it's okay. I mean, sometimes you need some toffee to sweeten the place. Otherwise, we're going to die before the good days come.
Like so that saying, now you can imagine the uneducated that have been fed with a lot of negativity. You get?
Yes.
And that's why they keep doing what they do, because they don't even know the right thing. It is whatever they tell them, you get, that they react upon. And that was why just a common protest that they said people should go on protest. They started to scatter people's shop, destroying a lot of things. How does that relate to going on a protest? So sometimes it's just the kind of things they feed these people with. You get? That is what they end up doing, and it doesn't really make sense on us. So it just the few educated ones that can tell you, that can point out one or two things. I believe that apart from the fact that Nigerians have complained that why will you free these people? Some people were into cocaine. You understand? They smuggled cocaine from outside the country to the country and all of that. And today you want to free them. You get? So I believe that the advisory bodies, the securities, a lot of people must have come together, talked to him, and he had to now listen and made some changes. You get? Yes. And made some changes. So we are in a country whereby that decree is not everybody, like the Western country, everybody understand the government.
Not everybody here
know what to
Don't
Not
say that.
everybody understand even this government.
Not all of us here, Mary. There's not any country in the world where everybody knows what is going on. And in fact, you
You are
can't even
right.
prove that you know what is going on. This is the problem. I feel sorry for the leaders because in a way, even if you say the elites are the ones that know what they're saying, but the uneducated are going to vote. So if you do something that offend the uneducated people, they're going to vote against you. The man wants to be re-elected, so he has to give them some toffee. I can understand that. A country where that is so divided, the Muslim and the Christians, if you do something for the Muslim, the Christian will ask. If you do for the Christians, the Muslim will ask. And a country divided into north and south. If you appoint an intelligent man from the north, they will say, huh? If you appoint from the south, no problem. So it's a decision that needs to be made. Nobody is really blaming them, Tinubu,
Tribalism.
for all those things. We don't blame them for some hard decisions. But what we're saying is that for a country to move forward, he must know that his number one job is the role of a father. The country first, before the decrease. The country first. Or whatever interest the poor people think, whatever interest the rich people think, the Muslim, the Christian, this is the country first. And that is what you put first. I know you want to be re-elected. I can understand that. That will come in number two, because if you don't get re-elected, you will not be able to make the changes. So yeah, we know, bring that. But number one, the country first. When you put the country first, that's when you make hard decisions. Like I'm saying now, what the country really needs right now, like I think, not that it's correct, is maybe investing this money we are getting from the subsidy on agriculture, invest another one in refinery. Stop sharing it with the state governors. That cannot be, there's no English that can be better than that. It's a simple language. You took the money from us. Don't share it among yourselves. And then you're still borrowing. Again, Mary, look at the question intelligent people will ask. The president want to borrow. Gloria read it this morning. Was it not in your news, Gloria? Where they have approved
Yes, exactly. They have approved the loan. You remember the news before was that he was waiting for the Senate to approve the loan. Now,
has there been any time that they don't approve loan? Has there been any time that they don't approve loan? How are we in debt? They approve every loan now.
You see,
They approve almost every loan.
Now, people like us will now begin to ask, okay, sir, what is the money borrowed for? Is to fill a budget, meaning we are going down the drain more.
2025 budget.
See, if you want to borrow money, borrow substantial amount of money and then invest in refinery, invest in agriculture so we can pay back. Now it's only oil money that we're going to use to pay back. This is stupidity. It doesn't make economic sense. And that's exactly what we're saying. So when you begin to work in situations like this, you are not working in the interest of the country. We have children who, like I always say to you people on this platform, you might be happy now. A time going to come when you're going to be mothers. You're going to pay children's school fees, young ladies. Then you will know. You don't want to have problem paying your own children's school fees. That time will come. You don't want to have problem taking your child to the hospital. Or maybe when I'm old, you want to take me to the hospital, now you have problem. You don't want that kind of country. And it's the decision Tinubu is making now that it's going to affect that. So we all need to open our eyes and ask questions. Over to you, man.
The thing is, and that decrease, we think we are complaining about Tinubu because that's the person we are seeing. Why do I have a fear about the next president after Tinubu? We don't even know who the next person will be. This is the one we are seeing, and that's the one we are complaining about. Anyway, let's not be negative, because if I want to go into that, it can be scary. Whenever I think about that, who will now be the next president? What will this person do? Anyway, Gloria, you're laughing. You don't know yet.
Mary, let's look back to our history. We have not really produced a very demonic leader. Not knowledgeable enough, yes. But that the man is wicked, no. If Buhari knew what to do, he would have saved the country. I tell you, if Tinubu know what to do, he will save the country today. Who else? Even during the military era, Obasanjo work hard. The question is this political? Perhaps we need to identify our political problem. Is the people singing stupid praises and the man now making a decision between okay, should I do something for the long-term interest of the country, or should I get myself re-elected? During Babangida, we won't let him do certain things. He came up with Antisab. We were on the street. He was trying to do things. We were protesting. You guys were kids. Most of you were not born, so don't worry. When I say you were not born, I said not true, sir. They born at that time.
Not true, sir. You are right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
There will not be really that demonic president in the history of Nigeria. The fact is, some of them are not knowledgeable. Goodluck wanted to do the best. You understand? But Goodluck was weak. It's this weakness in the decision making. And maybe we need to question this our democracy. Maybe we should allow Tinubu to be difficult, to begin to beat everybody without even going to the law, so that everybody will be on track, because we lack the civilized code of conduct. We need a heavy-handed approach. You know what? You guys, you are not born then. When Buhari came in the first time as a military head of state, we had one in Diambo. You know what they teach us? War against indiscipline. Why? If you don't enter line, you can't beat queue. The beating when you go get from soldier. Everybody were on queue. Nobody they tell you go stay on queue. It was a military time and it worked. That was why Buhari coming back was welcome. We remember what he did then. That man not the thing. Yes. It's not a corruption. It's this and that. In fact,
that was why he was voted for. Because of what he did before. But
thank you, my daughter. All the politicians went on exile, and they even went as far to picking them.
He did not do anything again. Nigeria, why? They voted him. He did not do anything again.
You know old. Because no. Why he not do anything again? Because his hand is now hold on by the House of Rep and during Buhari, his first tenure, we had a very strong Senate president. You remember the Senate president? This guy, this fine guy from the Middle Belt. What is his name now? He's running as a presidential candidate. You know, our former Senate president. Oh, no worry, you guys, I will remember his name now.
Is it David Mark?
It's for the first time we have a Senate president that will stand opposed the president.
Is it David Mark?
No, after David Mark. Oh. Don't worry, I'll get his name. I'm quickly back. You understand? Fine guy. He's a presidential candidate. He ran with a I think he's the only one left in PDP. I'm going to remember.
Let's step into the next story. Let me try and put the image here. Okay, so it says
Bukola Saraki was the Senate president. You understand? Saraki was not taking it easy, so Buhari could not do what he wanted. You understand? Buhari come with something, we tell him, no, follow the law. No, follow the law. Unlike this one now, anything president say, they will sign it. Anything president say, they will sign it. Saraki will not sign. Saraki was a man of his own. They hated him. You understand? It was the second tenure that Buhari was able to eliminate him. When presidency left there, who became Senate president, and then Buhari was scaling. Go on, my daughter. Sorry. Now I talk a lot. Don't have me on your show.
Okay, so we have a Senate screening. Anyway, that the quiz is like this. Our new this chief of defense, they will work well though. But anyway, let me talk about the story. It says that Senate screening, CDS eyes a foreign partnership to cross insurgency. You've always talked about why are we going to be importing arms? Why are we going to be importing arms from the Western world to bring to Nigeria for our military to use? You get so this new elected security, like the chief of defense staff and these other people that they elected, that Tinubu elected. So they're talking about how they can actually start producing local arms in the country. You get how they can start producing. Yes, I don't know how possible it is, but they want to start producing it instead of importing it from outside Nigeria. You get so that our security. You said
even another thing, Mary, it's good for us to at least make our own shoe boot. Ordinary soldier boot with the import. Sometimes we go even import uniform. What is their uniform? You understand? That is how stupid we can be. You understand? Bullet. What is a bullet that we cannot do? Even if our gun at back up, who won't use her? Because the big people, all this Western world, they make America.
The only thing about it is we abuse things, though. We abuse things. By the time we start producing all these guns, all these arms, you begin to see that it will be so rampant everywhere. Before you know, you understand, we become so rampant. Whether we don't have abandoned guns, it's possible. That's the thing. We overuse things. We misuse things. It's okay to produce it in our country. You get, and the reason is they say we can't keep buying equipment from outside. It's extremely expensive. Nigeria must develop its to produce the tools needed to execute wars and tackle security instead. Adding that we would prioritize the welfare of personnel and their families by strengthening collaboration with the legislature.
Nigeria they fight war. I beg God, I leave me alone.
You said?
Who won't fight war? Who? Which country won't fight with?
Nigeria will go war.
I don't know. People
I think the service chief is giving us hope. The service chief is giving us hope. At least he's talking.
People why not be fight Boko Haram? They won't go war.
Now what they won't go?
Don't worry. When we produce it first, you will know if we can go. Let's produce it first. You don't believe in us.
We are watching. May God help us.
Okay, let's see. I don't know if let me bring the Vanguard. The Vanguard paper. I don't think it's even here. But what the Vanguard here is saying is how to fix Nigeria's insecurity challenges. I picked the story because it's very important. We've always talked about, in this country, sometimes it looks as if police does not know their own job. So sometimes it looks as if police will be doing the job of the soldier. Soldier will be doing this job of police. All these people, they have their different kind of job because the Navy, what the Navy does is not the same thing with what Air Force does. You get? But we don't seem to understand. Please should understand that they are to be more closer to the people. So this is what they are still talking about, saying that how to fix Nigeria's security challenges. I think I have the picture of the chief of defense staff here. I don't understand why the thing is coming and going. The picture was supposed to be here. Okay, it's talking about that they want to make sure we have a system whereby everybody will not be doing the same job. That's just simply what they are trying to talk about. If you are a police, you should know your job. You should be trained and understand your job. Then they should fund the Nigerian police very well. I don't know how he thinks they can fund them all, because it's easy to talk. These are his, as a new person, these are the things he's saying. Let's begin to fund the Nigerian police. Then when we fund them, they will not understand that this is their job. They will not be going on the streets. That it's looking embarrassing. Maybe. Whether we like it or not, we don't. In this Nigeria, they don't respect the Nigerian police, and it's not because of anything. Because they feel like they collect money from people. There was a video which did that a driver was actually flogging our this thing. I think VIO, flogging the VIO. Where does that one happen? In Nigeria, flogging the person koboko. So you intentionally carry koboko in your bag, and when you block your road, you started flogging, saying that when because the VIO blocked road, saying that the man did not give him money. So because he did not give him money, he blocked road for the man not to pass. He came out from his car, carried a koboko and was flogging him. But it's a uniform person. Like this Nigeria, we don't have respect. It's a uniform person. Why are you flogging him like that? A uniform person for that matter. Sometimes you see Nigerian citizens, they will end up slapping NEPA that come to cut lights, they will slap.
True. Mary, let me just throw some. Let me talk about the police before you go on. The Nigerian police, you see, it's the police that is being oppressed in Nigeria. It's the army that tried to do the job of the Nigerian police, the Navy that tried to do the job of the Nigerian police, or even the custom, they all do the job of the Nigerian police. They are the one that have a separate job. We're not supposed to see the military on the streets of Nigeria. They should be at the borders fighting Boko Haram. Instead, they are actually more on the streets than the police. The Navy, thank God, they are a little bit more contained in their barracks. They should be in the water. Air Force remain in the air. The only people that have the right to talk to us are the civil aspect of the enforcement of the law enforcement, and they are the police. The only civilized. This is what I used the other day. And in my argument, I said they should be under the judiciary. They shouldn't even be under these people, under this department where they are now. The Nigerian police should be under the judiciary. Because if you can you go to court, who takes you to court? You see the funniest thing? The soldier man doesn't know how to take you to court. The soldier man is not trained to take you to court. In fact, I can't see a soldier man presenting a case before the Nigerian court unless they have a special tribunal. If you don't set up a special tribunal for a case to go to the Nigerian court, it has to go to the police. Even if the military want to prosecute you, they have to do it through the police. But they don't do that. They just oppress the police. And when you oppress such an important arm of government, this is what you get. So their men who they road, they whip people. Like you said now, Mary, you saw all those civilized people. I think there are even too many anyway. They just whip people. I've never seen. The question is, all that job that is even now saying EVIO, how many names will I give them? All the different people, road safety, all the rubbish you see on the road. Can the police do that?
VIO. There's VIO separate.
Yes. All the jobs in the UK are aspect of a police. You understand? You don't need to divide it. One different uniform, one road safety, one rubbish, one local government this. So it makes it confusing.
Yes. Aside from making it confusing, it is unnecessary. It's too much.
Thank you, my daughter.
Because
and expensive. Thank you.
They're not doing anything.
The police can do this job. My daughter, God will bless you. The police can do this job. That's why you need a good police force. Not even force, police service. Because this force, they make them the craze. They are civilized. The police will talk to you. The police will even try to prevent the crime from happening. They will deter you from doing it. They're not looking to kill you. So the man not anything if you misbehave, he shoot you. He's trained to fight. For a police to release his gun, he must be very stupid. In the UK,
adequate funding to
not the adequate funding, training.
Police is the Nigerian police are everywhere. Our celebrities are using them. Yahoo boys are using anybody that doesn't have money. You can just carry one of them and keep in your house.
And then they carry many things. They carry to their men. Our people they carry to their men. That's not the problem.
Yeah, they use social men too now. It's not only police.
So yeah, you're right.
You can see use social.
We are cheap. The question is, how many police do the Nigerian people? They are not enough. Instead of recruiting all this rubbish, giving them different uniform, recruit more police officers, give them the authority and the right to govern us. Because without them, you cannot govern. Nothing can run in a society without the police.
Yes.
And we should think of even advancing them. I'm doing the dissertation at the moment on modern. You see, AI is a new way of combating crime. How can we be in the AI world and we are still combating crime with batting or with gun, with shooting? People don't do that anymore. In the UK, if we don't have CCTV, how can the police work? The police will be a failure in the United Kingdom if there are no CCTV. Yeah, they still have problem though. No, Mary, if I'm driving now and I drive too fast, nobody will stop me. I'm going to get the bill in my house. And when the bill comes, my license is going. Only you, the camera will just catch you up, and you get a letter that you've oversped, and this is you have at least 6 points from your license. If you get under 6 points, it will be revoked, and this is the fine you have to pay. Next time you drive your motor, not be person go tell you, make you look whether speed camera they there. Do I need how many policemen to watch that? How many police would have been doing that? So Nigeria should invest in modern policing. Nigerian police is not equipped for the 21st century. This
still very much behind you.
Years ago. Now, AI that they use now. Maybe only you, if you did among million people, Their futures AI will use to detect you that is not in any other person. So if the police is looking for you, in the whole crowd, the camera, the AI will pick you from among. That's what they are.
Nigeria, I don't know when Nigeria will get to that stage.
We can if we empower the
Yes,
police. We need to empower the police. We need to empower our police to work for us. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, the last story I want us to look into. I don't know. Some people, I don't know. Maybe till this world will end, they will not have sense. That's the truth. What will a spiritualist tell you? What will a let me put the image here. When we are saying this thing, it looks as if it's a normal thing. Sometimes these things are not normal. Honestly, when I see how people still fall victims for these things, then I begin to ask myself, what did they use for them that will make you look at EFCC hands over properties recovered from fake spiritualists to victims? Which one is victim? What were you taking that do you know that this property includes house? House. House was among. What did they tell you?
Baby, I go talk.
What was among?
Baby,
house.
why don't they property from pastors give people? Wait. Now they talk of herbalists. Pastor don't tell for this country. Pastor don't tell people make women make them come sow seed with their husband. Motto, family where my family car. They go drop off a pastor. Why DFCC not they go arrest them? Now only herbalists I see.
Luxury vehicle
and
1.1 million naira. These are the things that the man collected from him, the fake spiritualist. Oh my God. Luxury vehicle 1.1 million naira. 5-bedroom duplex. How? What did they tell you?
Ask me.
What did they tell you?
Ask me when did they tell that woman when he carry his husband motor go give pastor.
That this kind of story they like. I know.
I know they ask.
Wait. Mary, I've read the story.
I'm quiet.
It happened in Ibadan. Okay, let me read the story. Okay, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has handed over 3 properties, 2 luxury vehicles, and 1.1 million naira recovered from a self-acclaimed spiritualist and fraudster, Ratai Olalare Ali, also known as Baba Abore or Baba Oshun. So you can see the popular man, Baba Oshun. Baba Oshun, every name. Okay, to his victim. The name of his victim is Daniel Babatunde Atoigbe in Ibadan. In a statement issued yesterday, being Wednesday, the commission said the assets were fortified following a court order obtained from Ali was convicted of defrauding. Which one is defrauding? Is it fraud? How do you give? Okay. Over 200 million under the guise of performing spiritual cleansing. Fire to avert vision of untimely death. Bang. Untimely death.
Where do women they see?
This is only woman, Mary, na woman, no be man.
Na man, na in fraud, na man.
True, but I beg no be man. Who sure they call woman? Everything na woman.
The person wey be Baba Osun fraud na still man. And the reason be say they say untimely death, make us feel broken. They still bring untimely death for am. All those things wey you give am na to avert the untimely death make you no die. Oga, is it not better you die? Are you alive? You dey alive? Your 5-bedroom duplex don go. Everything worth over 200 million naira. They don't chop your money. They don't chop your 2 luxury vehicles. You still dey alive? Are you still alive like that? Which nonsense untimely death?
You know what is good there, Mary? We heard this story now because na man. If na woman, we no go hear am.
No, even as na man, see, Gloria, I didn't even want to read the story sef. I just wanted to like on top talk about the top of the story, just what they collected. Except besides I should read it. Make that quick notice say because na man, I won't talk everything. You get the thing is everywhere. A man can fall, a woman can fall for it.
Yeah.
So for a man that want to look at it,
rest in Jesus' name. Amen. Rest in Jesus' name. Now man fall.
Okay. I hear.
quickly. Now they cash my with thief.
This man get money, Daddy Chris. This man get money, oh. He give 5-bedroom duplex. Wait now, he give 5-bedroom duplex with 3-bedroom bungalow. Now rich man dey chop like this, oh. First wey get 5-bedroom duplex, he still get 3-bedroom bungalow at Kasumu village, Odo, Ona Elewe in Ibadan. Which kind of family debt now pack all your property like that? Where you want avert? Yeah. Now wow, I beg.
That pastor for worry to these two women. When did they perform that miracle? When did they make children? When they go heaven, come they talk to God. They never arrest her.
I see now who they
he got
the
talk to God.
1.1 million naira no be bank transfer, oh, in cash.
Baby,
1.1 million naira in cash. In cash. So you do
who they cash with you. They never cash book so that they
God go
they
better
cash.
for you. It go better for you. Now the can talk true. You see,
1.1 million naira in cash. In cash. They don't transfer
Maybe
in
no one stop
cash.
that one. Maybe no one stop that one.
Yes, we don't want to talk that one.
I won't say anything anymore. I won't say anything. I won't say anything. But God, I go tell that I will pastor. Make it go heaven again. Make go with God. Make it and God talk the matter. Now only worry. Now they go. Now pastor they go heaven. Go talk to God.
They talk that true. So Nigerians are still
woman not gonna make this kind of mistake. When it's reach now, carry your own life, go give Baba. Go give Baba somebody advice. If the woman not do this thing.
Yeah, okay. I don't hear. Gloria don't finish the matter. Gloria don't finish the matter. Gloria finish the matter. Gloria, you win.
So to stop untimely death, and this number of property you will give out to stop untimely death. This number of property to stop untimely death. To avert, and that man na God, we want avert untimely death for you. Is he a God? He be God. Him no go die if death come. What kind of mindset is that one?
You know, say I like this one because the only person when they see God na women. That's why na no spiritual thing well. No go finish her. I know talk again because the women will keep me around the world. Now close my mouth.
Like the
Christian and Gloria, when I was a big quarrel.
Me, I don't close my mouth. God glory go see my go hold my nose. Thank God say it's far from where they.
Okay, viewers, this would be a good place to wrap up the show on this super review. We are moving straight forward to the state of the nation. Please, no matter despite the fact that we are laughing or smiling like this thing is a joke, a lot of people are fallen victims. A lot of people. Some young girls have been slept with, all in the name of we saw a spiritual husband. Let's sleep with her and remove the spiritual husband.
Women, no people small girls.
I am begging you. I am begging you. Nobody should take advantage of you to help you. Nobody should take advantage of you to help you. Nobody. This is me saying it. Nobody should take advantage of you to help you.
Tell them, Mary, tell them. Loudly, please. Especially the men.
Please, let's do better, Nigerians. If Yahoo boys fraud you, don't allow men of God to fraud you. Please. Look at it, not that EFCC, all thanks to EFCC, Nigerian EFCC. At least you've done a great job.
Only way the Yahoo boys say they fraud us. The only way Yahoo boys say they fraud us now through women. They go say they be women. Now we they fall for the Yahoo boys. Now we they pay.
Like the crazy women do you.
And the romance scam.
Waiting women do you.
All na women. Now only women they pass. If much man, you know what tell me say you want juju, want give me, then I'll come give you money. Unless you say you be babe, if you want follow me, I will come give money.
I beg Mary, the herbalist na woman.
Man. His name is Baba Oshun, popularly known as Baba Oshun.
He use the man face. He use everything. They say a man. Daddy Chris.
Daddy Chris, the way they talk, it be like person go fall victim of this kind of thing. You go carry SRT to give them.
Gloria, you don't know Daddy Chris. If not for that one, I feel swear. Daddy Chris cannot fall victim of any man of God.
Gloria, you don't get waiting that person won't tell me. As I get you know, get when if I want to talk to anybody, you know,
Daddy Chris no go for man of God.
Reverend Father, Reverend Father, get what they tell me. Reverend Father will tell me what I say. That's all. Now they ask Reverend Father a question.
If na baby go fall, no wahala.
No, leave Daddy Chris. Leave Daddy Chris alone. Okay, thank you so much, Daddy Chris, for being on the show. Thank you so much, Gloria and Dorcas, for being on the show. Please don't forget to follow us on our social media page. Keep telling people about SRTV. Tell a friend to tell a friend, just like a chain to keep following SRTV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to leave us your thoughts. Let's get to know what you think about SRTV. I will do this again tomorrow. I remain your girl, Mary Vale. Bye. Even though Daily Trust is only saying Abuja, not only Abuja. A lot of people are complaining. Lagos, they are suffering the same thing. Only 3 out of 30 airports profitable coming from farms. States can leverage aviation business.